Welcome back to the podcast, Catch It, A New Perception. My name is Ketuk. Over these last few episodes, we've been talking about a line in a song. I hope that you're able to share these with people. Give it a thumbs up if you appreciate it. Hit me up in the comments if you can say something in a way that will help us get better at what we do. Whether that has to do with content, whether that has to do with anything else. And sometimes it's just your perception helps me and or us moving forward. And I know that there's 14 weeks in this season. I have only been doing 13-week seasons because that's what has been gifted to us. I believe this will be the first one at 14 weeks. We'll see how it goes. We'll see if we keep doing a line from a song. This episode we will. And it may somewhat relate to some other episodes that were done this season. And the line that I think of from a song today, I won't take that talk from no one. What's the first thing that comes to mind when you hear that? I won't take that talk from no one. Is it what someone else says to you, or is it what you're saying to yourself? The reason I ask this is because sometimes we have talk that we give ourselves that we should not be putting up with. I get it. It's easy. I was talking to a friend of mine recently, maybe a few weeks ago now. It's been pretty recently. He was talking to someone that he works with and basically told the man, you need to keep my name out of your mouth. I just don't want to hear it again. And he was being talked to in a way that he didn't want to be, and he stated it to the best of his ability to be able to not put up with it, to not hear it. I won't take that talk from no one. I get it. It's a double negative in the same sentence. I get it. It's a line from a song. And I think about it. I think about what it means to me. And more so, it's not the way other people talk to me today. I get it. At moments, I do understand. At moments that other people talk to me in a way that I will not continue to listen to. I'll walk away from the situation. I'll put myself in a different situation. I'll make a different approach with them. I may have to do something different for people to not talk to me in a certain way. Sometimes I always want to think it's always them. And as I've talked about in this podcast before, when I'm the problem, it's great. As soon as I recognize that I am the problem in a situation, I can change that. I can do something different. I can see it different. I can make a different approach. If someone talks to me in a certain way that I find unacceptable, and I realize that the approach I made maybe created some of this content that came back at me, if I make a different approach, when I make a different approach, when I do things different, when I speak to them differently, will they speak to me differently? Maybe there's too much time passed. Maybe it won't happen. How I relate this to other things of other lines from songs that I've heard, like last week we were talking about living up to an image of ourselves. Is it someone else's image of ourselves, or is it our own image of ourselves? If I won't take that talk of myself, then can I change the image that I have of myself? Because I will not put up with the talk that I have been filtering in. And I say that because I believe that it can be a mantra that is not healthy for us. We've told ourselves we're not enough somehow. Whatever the terminology is. We're not smart enough. not educated enough, we can't do this, we can't do that. If I still had that self-talk, the talk I would no longer take from myself, I wouldn't be doing this podcast. I wouldn't know how to connect with people in this way. Is this the same as doing some of the seminars that I do and the workshops I do? It's not. I like the live interaction. I would love to do more of that. Even with people like you, when I get a chance. I would love that. I do appreciate the actual interaction rather than a video or an audio. That's me. What I'm saying, though, is that if I would have had the negative talk that I once had about what I can't do, I would not be able to continue to do this podcast. I would not have even been able to start the podcast. I would have talked myself out of it before I even started. As I have heard people say about business, you can start your own business. You can talk yourself into how you're going to succeed or how you can't even start. You're going to talk yourself into whatever that is. When you will no longer take the talk from yourself, whether it's a mantra that's quiet and it's not a verbal talk, conversation from someone else, it's internal talk. Maybe that's the strongest. Maybe that's what we need to change more than anything else. It's possible that moving forward, we could get more out of life by changing the talk that we do to ourselves. I get it. This isn't quite the subconscious. We know what we're saying to ourselves. This is of the conscious mind, this talk is. When we talk derogatory about ourselves, it's really easy to talk derogatory about other people. When we have derogatory thoughts, in other words, it's easy to say something derogatory about someone else. When we feel like we don't measure up, of course, we have to talk to others like they don't measure up. Otherwise, we're putting ourselves down. We want to feel like we're equal to them. And we've been putting ourselves down, so we have to do it to them at that moment until we learn something different, until we learn how to talk to ourselves. Maybe that's how we learn how to talk to others better. Maybe they won't talk down to us when we can make a different approach, when we talk differently to ourselves. I say as we talk to ourselves, and half of that at least are just thoughts. Sometimes it may seem like a conversation with ourselves. Many of us have done that, where we have conversations with ourselves through thought. How positive is it? How negative is it? How derogatory is it? How uplifting is the talk with yourself? If you won't take this talk from anyone else, why would you talk to yourself this way? Why do you continue to put up with the thoughts that you have? This is what I'm talking about in this podcast as a whole, is that we change what we're doing every day. So we begin to think different about ourselves, so we can think different about other people. We talk different to other people, and then they speak to us differently. They begin to use different terminology. They begin to use the same terminology you use. I remember I was at the Sacred Circle, as I do a few different types of sacred circles. And afterwards, we were gathering for a bite to eat and having a bit of a feast. And I had mentioned something. And this is when I was doing audio only. And it appeared that I had a picture on the screen and I did not do any video. And I said something and someone looked over at me and she said, "Is it a sunrise or a sunset?" And she was referring to the picture that I used in the first probably 9 episodes of this podcast, because that was the question. And that was what the content of one of the episodes was about. Is this a sunrise or is it a sunset? She's repeating what she heard. Are you repeating what you hear? What is it you're hearing? If you won't take this talk from no one, stop taking it from yourself first. Start delivering a different type of speech to yourself and to others. And then as you move forward, you're going to realize that your trajectory is moving up and people are speaking to you different. It may take a period of time with certain people who have heard you talk down to yourself, even though they haven't heard it, they've witnessed it. And you've talked down to them and now you want to change that. It may take a little while. Where with new people, when you meet new people and you're in different circumstances and you begin to talk different than you used to, these people will come to you in a much different way than people in the past came to you. If this is the beginning, it's a good beginning. Stop with all the negative talk. If you wouldn't take someone else talking to you this way, stop talking to yourself this way. Know that you're enough. Know that you're beautiful. Know that you are strong because of your inner strength. Know that you're likable because you like others. Be kind. Loving people is my business, and business is good. That is the talk that I want to myself, and then I will learn how I talk to other people. Then what I hear back will be something different than what I once heard when I no longer wanted to take that talk. I didn't want to take it from anyone. I needed to change myself first. I'll continue to change who I am. I will exponentially get to know my higher self by not taking that talk from myself, by not taking that talk from you. I don't want to hear people speak to me in a certain way. I don't put up with it. I can walk away. I can tell them I don't appreciate it, whatever that takes. I need to tell myself I don't appreciate the way I've been talking to myself, if it's negative, if it's derogatory, if I have been talking down to myself. I need to change it so that my trajectory can get to know my higher self in a way it never has. I know I have much to learn, and I appreciate that. I will keep moving forward. I will keep getting to know my higher self. I will continue to sit in these sacred circles by different names according to you. I've sat in many different types of sacred circles with many different people. I appreciate them because we don't talk down to each other there. We talk each other up. We talk ourselves up without arrogance, only to be on the same level playing field as when we talk everyone else up. Looking forward to next time. Live in harmony with and use the bounty of the land to bring kindness to the world. Dok Shao, okay?